Welcome to BGDX, Bad Girl Drone X. How's everybody been doing? I hope everybody's been okay. I'm okay. I'm not at my best. My allergies are driving me nuts. I can get up at 6 a.m., hose off my entire front porch and everything in my front yard. By noon, the pollen has covered it again. I'm on Benadryl right now, and Benadryl makes me very, very sleepy. Which is unfortunate because I have to travel later tonight. I'll be in Biloxi, Mississippi. It's Black Spring break, so I have some drone work to do there. Then I'm going to Jackson, Mississippi. I have something to do there. And when it's all said and done, I'm going to Sweetie Pies. I'm going to Miss Robbie to get some turkey and dressing and a slice of lemon cake. And then I'm going to pass out because I am exhausted just from traveling, and then on top of these allergies driving me nuts. But we'll get through it. I sound like I have a frog in my throat, but I think I'm gonna be okay. A huge thank you to everybody that supported my last video. That was my first video that got over 10,000 views. And that wasn't easy for me because I don't post videos regularly. I had a YouTuber contact me and he said, I love your stuff. It's artistic. It's creative, and the commentary, is really, really good. But what's hurting you is the fact that you don't post videos often. And that's true. Sometimes there's 2 and 3 weeks in between when I post, a new video. There's 2 reasons for that. One is because of my schedule. Scheduling conflict, kind of prevents me from making, those kinds of videos daily. Number 2, I care more about the quality of the video than quantities of videos. It's easy to press record and just start talking every day. That's easy for me. I could do that. But I care about this channel and I care about the quality of the content. So hopefully in a couple of weeks this spring, my schedule will level out a little bit and I'll be able to post. This is what I'm aiming for, 3 videos a week. And I think we'll be able to accomplish that with the help of a few people. So if you haven't subscribed to my channel, hit that subscription button, hit the like button. I'm going to do everything I can to earn it. Comedian Jerrod Carmichael came out of the closet last weekend. And I mean this as no disrespect, but I didn't know he was in anybody's closet. I never got straight black mail from him. This HBO comedy special was painful to watch. It lasted nearly 30 minutes and there was a few laughs in there, but it was painful to watch. If you saw it, drop down in the comments and tell me what you think about it. It was hard for me to watch as an outsider, as a viewer. It was hard to watch a grown man be in that much emotional pain because of his sexuality and his relationship with his family. My mom was a big fan of his sitcom, The Carmichaels. And from time to time, I would catch it with her. And I never got straight black mail from him, just from the few episodes that I watched. So when, it was stated that he was coming out, I was thinking, really? Because I just thought it was, I didn't, know, because I don't follow him enough to know. But I didn't think that there was ever any question there about his sexuality. So I was curious enough to watch the special to see exactly what all of this was about. And I can tell you, it was one of the saddest, most depressing comedy specials that I've ever witnessed. There was a few jokes in there, but that man is in a lot of pain. It was oozing pain. He starts off by talking about his brother, his relationship with his brother, and that this was the first taping that his brother was not in attendance for. And, he talked about his brother loves him and he loves his brother, but he is his big brother and he should protect him. So he talks about different relationships, the relationship with the brother, the relationship with his sister, his father. But as this special proceeds on, it's clear the relationship that is causing him the most, anguish is the relationship that he has with his mother. That's clear. Because I think he talks about that relationship more than the others. That special oozes depression, sadness, anxiety, anguish, and desperation. Because the more he talks, the more you can see how he's in a situation where he is desperate for acceptance from his mother. You could see it. His body language tells a lot. He kept his hand in his face. He had his hand on his cheek to the side. He was slumped over. His head was down. That was a posture of defeat. He was defeated. And he was trying so hard to figure things out. He was having a conversation back and forth with the audience. I really wish this special was longer. I wish it would have been more than 30 minutes. From the looks of it, it looks like it was a special, maybe an hour or two long, or a 90-minute special. But when it was edited, this is all that, that's the product that they made. And that's all we got was just 28 minutes of him talking about his sexuality. And there's so much more to a person than their sexuality. He said, my secret is out. This is a burden that has been lifted. But if you watch that special, that didn't look like a burden had been lifted. It looked like he was carrying the weight of the world on his shoulders. His posture told it all. He was slumped over. His head was down. Sometimes his head was tilted. He kept his hand in his face. And he tried to crack a joke here or there. He got a few jokes off, but for the most part, it was a display of anguish. It wasn't comedy, although there were a few laughs, so I'll give him that, but it was painful to watch. It looked like he was at a breaking point. That's what that looked like to me. Because when you have a mother that tells you, if I accept your lifestyle, that means I'm going against God. That is a no-win situation. That is a no-win situation. She's standing strong in her religious convictions, saying that I can't accept this son. I can't. And he's begging her to see him for the gay man that he is. And another thing that was really heartbreaking was to hear him say, I felt like I was the answer to her prayers. I felt like I was the result of her prayers. But there's this one little thing, that's messed that up. That's a lot to carry as a person. That's a lot. So what happens? How does something like this get fixed? When you have a mother that's standing strong in her convictions and you have a son that's saying, I'm still a Christian, and they're both standing strong in their convictions and, their religious practices and what have you. How do you fix something like that? Someone in the audience asked, will you be okay if your mother never accepts your lifestyle? And he hesitated and he said, I think I'll be okay. Not a single person believed him when he said it. he didn't believe himself when he said it. I just feel as though he's not okay right now, and he's not going to be okay. So what do you do? As a parent, what do you do? Somebody needs to intervene. Family, friends, therapists, somebody. And I know that if you have somebody that is standing strong in their religious convictions, you have to respect that. And maybe, she doesn't move on it, but, maybe there's some type of compromise that could happen. Maybe he doesn't bring the man to her home. Maybe he doesn't talk about his relationships to his mother. Maybe she just continues to pretend like she doesn't know. Everybody has to be given some kind of grace when you're in a situation like that, because personally, there is nothing that I would allow to come between my son and myself, especially if it's something about his sexuality. Because the truth is, if he doesn't like girls, there's nothing that anyone can do to make him like girls. So you're fighting a battle that you will never win. You don't have to accept it, but what is the purpose of that space being between the relationship? I just couldn't wake up every day knowing that I'm at odds with my mother, because every person wants the acceptance of their parents. It's just the truth of it. So, as a mother, I couldn't wake up every day knowing that I'm at odds with one of my children. I couldn't wake up every day knowing that I'm at odds with a son because of his sexuality. Because whatever it is that I needed to do to fix it, I would do it even if I had to fake it. I would do that for my son. I would do whatever it is I needed to do so he didn't feel any less loved. And maybe that's a weakness in me as a mother. And I don't know if weakness is the right word, but I would do whatever it took to make sure that there was no space between me and my son. Because think about it. If I was the mother of a man or a woman that was gay, that was an adult, there's already space there. Just by nature of them being an adult, they create space. Once they transition from being, a child to being an adult, they create their own space because they have to go out into the world to create their own lives. So there's already space there. I don't want any extra space. If you are LGBTQ plus and you're listening to this, drop down in the comments if you've been in this situation and explain how it was fixed. What compromises did you make? Did your parents make to facilitate, a good relationship, a good working relationship around their religion and your lifestyle? And I'm not asking for advice for Jerrod Carmichael, who I don't know, or his mother, but I would love to know how something like this gets fixed, because it's not like it can stay unresolved. If you watch that, and I didn't give away too much of the special, that was by design, because I'd like for you to go watch it. And that's why I didn't speak about too much of the special. Just some key points. Probably won't fully understand unless you watch that. You would have to witness that for yourself. So let me know what you think. And to those of you who haven't seen my Will Smith video, I think it's above this one, or could it be below? Well, check that video out as well and tell me what you think. Until we talk next week, everybody be safe. Enjoy your weekend, and I will talk to you later. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, hit the button. If you haven't liked the video, hit the button. See you soon, family in Jackson and Biloxi, Mississippi. Looking forward to it.